Welcome to the part 2 of sex education. We are still together with Mwalimu Stephen Odero, and in this part I want us to discuss about the aspect of sexual abuse, especially to the young children. It has been happening, it's so common in our society, whereby you will find a child of even below the age of 3 being abused by those people whom they are close to, either by the nanny who is taking care of this child, or by the relatives, or even sometimes by the parents themselves. As a parent, how should I make sure that my child is protected from this? And what should I start to, what should be the things that should make me raise eyebrows that my child could be going through sexual abuse? And I know sometimes it even happens in schools from other children. Other children sexually abuse other children. Or sometimes we have cases of even grown-ups, teachers, parents, and everyone who is surrounding them. What should we do?
Thank you once again, Mary. And talking about child sexual abuse, this is a common phenomenon in our society at the moment. Most children are undergoing sexual abuse in the society. Some may not even know that they are undergoing through such kind of abuse. Some may only know it when it is too late. So we've got to first demystify what is child sexual abuse and how can you know that your child is being sexually abused. And even to the children, how can they know that they are being sexually abused? And who are these sexual abusers whom we are likely to come across in our society? First, allow me to say that young children can easily be sexually abused if they are not trained, or if they have not been told by their parents what sexual abuse is all about. At some point, I came across a parent who complained that, you know what, my child came home and was feeling some kind of pain in her private parts. This is a young girl, and I don't know what was happening. When I asked her, she told me that there's another boy who inserted his finger through her private part. Now look at that. That was just a young child, a kindergarten child. That takes me back to what I was talking about, parental responsibility. Because at times, some of the parents delegate duties to house help, to the extent that they don't even take time to wash these babies and all that, you know this? And if this parent did not take the initiative to bathe the baby and all that, this parent would not have even realized that, you know, there's some kind of unusual thing here. Because actually it was as a result of the child was like feeling pain when the water touched the parts and all that, when the child was dipped in the water and all that, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So it is very important for parents to be very close to their children. Sexual abuse are many in young children. Let me tell you what we should be able to do. First, let the children know how can I tell that I'm being sexually abused? For instance, those who are in age 6, 7, 8 and all that, you can be able to tell them that when somebody touches you inappropriately, and which parts are these? Maybe it is the breast, it could be the back,
the hips,
you know, the hips and all that. That's one way, because inappropriate touching is not allowed. Secondly, you should be able to know, to tell them rather, that if somebody tells you certain kind of inappropriate words, you know, somebody can abuse you sexually with just words. Somebody is describing you how you are and all that,
Sure.
you're beautiful and all that. You know, such kind of things are also part of sexual abuse. Well, somebody can also just flirt around with you without you knowing the intention of this particular person. So as a parent, you should be able to tell this child to know when is somebody just flirting around, when is somebody just trying to advance some kind of sexual pleasures, because somebody can be able to just advancing gifts to you. Yes, exactly. Just to win you. For example, those kind of those girls in senior upper primary classes, those in secondary schools, they can easily be lured without their notice, and by the time they know it, it is even too late. So I would seriously advocate that the parents, the society, and the teachers, and particularly when we are talking about school setup, the teachers should play a key role in ensuring that children are not sexually abused, because unfortunately some of our children are being abused by their caretakers in school, the teachers themselves. So you really wonder, who then should we trust in the society? Therefore, we need a responsible teacher who is going to be in charge of the boy child, who is going to be in charge of the girl child. And having mentioned that, did you know that even boys can be abused? People do tend to think that sexual abuse is only the girls. Far from it. Even young children, boys can be abused.
What I'm trying to get from you is that sexual awareness should be created right from home by the parents to their children. By the time the child is going to school, they already have some rough idea of how someone should handle them and how they should not handle them, where they should touch them and where they should not touch them. And as they advance in age, the parents should be able to continue also advancing this information, taking it from one level to the other. And also the aspect of not over-trusting. So I also have another question. I don't know whether you have heard of these cases whereby cases of young girls, as they're growing in their early teenage, you find now the abuser becomes now the dad, the father. And most of these cases go unreported because the girls become so close to their parents. We know biologically or rather naturally there's that closeness between the dad and the daughter, but then sometimes this closeness goes beyond. So at this age, where should we run to? Because now this is the dad who is abusing the daughter. And even today we've found cases of mothers abusing the sons.
Yes, true.
At a very tender age. So they grow up knowing that it's okay, it's normal, I should live with it, and then it's me and it's my mom. And what do you think?
It's very unfortunate that some immediate family members are the ones who are abusing the children. And worst of it, even dads, as you've just mentioned. You know, to me, I'll just describe that dad as a dad from hell. Because how do you even start abusing your child sexually? Those are not people who are worth being called dads. And in any case, they belong to jail, they belong to hell, and they should go to hell. That's where they belong. But look at this. Children who are abused by their immediate family members are hard to come out and explain and report because of the fear. That's where we must be able to inculcate that kind of notion of children able to come out to tell someone whom they trust. For instance, mothers, for instance, fathers. But I know it is hard when a dad abuses a child and then the child is going to report to the mother. It's very rare. This child is likely to suffer a lot. But as a mother, you should be able to find out the mood of this child has changed. Something is amiss somewhere. Nothing is normal at all. Find out why this child is moody, why this child is not of the right appetite. Do you know they can even begin to lose appetite just because of the psychological trauma that they are having there? They are feeling like this is my dad, and you know he's been doing me this and all that. But because they are being warned that if you tell mommy or if you tell anyone, you know what, I will kill you, I will do this to you and all that. And you know, at times the persons who also abuse our young children are the house helps that we have, and we have trusted them in our families.
Sure.
We don't know what they are doing with the children while we are away. What do? Like the young boys, they take them. This is still a young boy, but because she is also having that urge, she has got that urge, and she is feeling like, you know, the body is very hot. Where can she get somewhere to go and satisfy herself? She takes a young child, you know, and presses the child on herself. You know, that is very horrible, and it will be too late for a parent to realize that this has been happening. So we must also look at all those dimensions.
Thank you very much for that input. So, Malim, what do you think should be now the conclusion about this whole matter? Should we have everyone on board, and how should we do it? What's your idea and your opinion about it?
First, allow me to say that I must start by appreciating the Ministry of Education, because currently the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development has brought about the aspect of sex education in schools. And in as much as the curriculum is still being developed, the teachers have embraced the aspect of guidance and counseling, and there are schools that have really established proper guidance and counseling structures in institutions. And I want to advise institutions that they should be able to train teachers on proper guidance and counseling skills, because if we simply assume that teachers are going to take our children through proper guidance and counseling without even much knowledge about guidance and counseling, then we are not going to make much progress. Going back to my summary, let sex education be a responsibility of each one of us, starting from the house. The parents themselves, let them have sessions with their children. Let it not just be television all the time and fun and going out and all that, etc. Let there be a time when families sit down and reasons together and comes out with a topic for discussion at their level, the level of the children, primary, secondary, or even those in the higher learning institutions. Let children and let families sit down and discuss and have a talk. And I want to advise that parents should be able to teach their children to be open. Let them talk openly, let them express themselves, how they can be able to tell when they are abused, etc. I also want to advise the society. We have a lot of inappropriate contents outside there. We have a lot of inappropriate contents in the social media. Let us be considerate. Even when we are walking outside there, let us be considerate that we are exposing our children to things that are going to deteriorate their thinking capacity, that are going to mess them up, that are going to make them mediocre in future. We want to bring up children who are morally upright. And lastly, to the churches, we appreciate what the churches are doing in terms of mentoring the children in the Sunday school and teaching them all that. We give them kudos. And generally, the society should come together to fight any aspects of child abuse. And let us talk openly with our children about sex education.
Thank you very much, Mwalimu. I'm very grateful for having you today. And actually for our parents and the ones who are taking care of our children back at home, I think you've heard it. Sexual education should start right from home. As a parent, you have a responsibility, and a very critical one. You have to create a good bond with your child so that you can be able to notice very quickly when anything weird is happening. At the school level, our teachers also, you have to play a very, very critical role in order to control and to prevent this sexual abuse going on. And also the church has to continue playing its role through the Sunday schools and the various groups that we have in the church. So the society at large has a role to play. We must bring up our children in an upright way. We have to take care of the kind of content that we are developing for our children. We have to really take care of the kind of things that they are watching from our televisions and all that. So our children have to be taken care by you and me. Thank you very much. May God bless you. So continue staying at home, sanitize and keep safe. Until next time, make sure that you share and you like. Thank you.